Hi everyone, happy 4th of July for those who celebrate, and happy Monday for those of you who don't. I hope the weekend treated you well and you were able to fulfill all your stitchy dreams. I have a little bit of a progress and update report for you guys, plus a little bit of stash. I love stash. I had to take notes. Let's see if I can keep to my notes. You never know. Just because I write it down doesn't mean it's going to happen. Anyway, let's start with works in progress. So the first thing that I've been working on is my at-work whip, and that is the Lizzie Kate Mystery Sampler Spooked. And here's how far we've gotten. I think I've only had it for 2 weeks, something like that. I just work on it at work, which is why not a ton has been done. I saw some of you post in Stitch Mania that you had completed it. I'm just really excited to have gotten along as far as I have. I got to work the other day. We have an event called Stadium on Fire. No, it's Stadium of Fire. I've jokingly called it Stadium on Fire for 100 years, so that gets stuck in my head and it's not right. Anyway, it was on Saturday. And since I work for the special events team, I got to sit in the ticket booth all afternoon and make sure that the computers were going right and nothing was wrong. I had a couple supervisors who do the ticketing stuff, and so they were taking care of many people. And then after we closed the ticket booth, I wandered into the stadium and sat with my parents, and we saw Tim McGraw perform. He seemed to do really good. I'm not a country music person, so I didn't know a single song that he sang. But I tell you what, the people who knew his stuff were absolutely in love and just thought he did a fantastic job. So, hey, I saw Tim McGraw, part of my job. Fun. Let's see. The next thing, I've just put a little teeny tiny amount of work into Pretty Little San Francisco by Satsuma Street. This week, it was kind of a crazy week. I didn't get to really hang out and stitch as much as I would have liked. There we go, that should back block that for you. Let's see, what did I finish? I finished up Quake Tower, and then I put in all the white for the fog up here above the bridge, and so I'm pretty much done with everything above the bridge, and I think I will take a minute to roll the scroll up a little bit and move my settings here, close it in, move it into the 6-inch holes instead of the 8-inch holes, because you can see right here I've got a little bit of scroll bar showing, so it's not keeping tension as well as it normally does. But that's all right. That's all right. So those are the only 2 stitching related things, well, stitching things that I've worked on this week. The rest of it, as you can see, I've got a big mess in the background, especially my little pile of untamed floss right here in that little box. There we go, that little box, untamed floss. Lots of it. So this week, I tamed the week's Die Works collection, and so that was a lot of work. I really enjoy the ideas that a lot of you have done with the Ziploc little snack baggies, the name of the thing, and the maker on the index card into the snack box with the floss. So that's my week's Die Works collection right there, all of it. This is a little box that I got at IKEA, and it normally has 12 dividers, but there were 2 dividers that I didn't put in so that the floss would be better divided, so the bags would fit in a lot better. I do have drawers, as you can see, as you can see, and I know Katie the Stash Queen actually put her flosses in drawers, but when I was doing that and thinking about it, I didn't like how you couldn't really see the name of the floss or the color of the floss if they got too far back, since the drawers don't have like a full extension on it, and so it was close, but some would get lost in the back. So I decided to go with the boxes and put them on the shelves, as you can see. Other way, right here above me. One of these times I'll get used to the viewfinder is not a mirror and it's going the wrong way. Maybe. Who knows? So that's everything I worked on this week. I know I had great plans to work on By the Pattern, By the Dream, add some more border to that one, but I didn't get to it. I was having too much fun with Pretty Little San Francisco. That's okay, maybe one of these days. So next up, Stashquisitions. Woo! These beautiful little things from Brenda's Minders and More came in the mail. I have a heart, an American flip-flop, a little tiny button with polka dots, a purple flower, and a snowflake. And I can't wait to get these on one of my little projects just to decorate them. I find that I really enjoy the smaller minders a whole lot more than the big designer minders with all the characters and stuff. So I think that's what I really love, and I'll just stick with it. She has a group on Facebook. You can ask to join. She's really lovely to work with. Quite fun. I have another order hanging out with her that she'll probably invoice me for tomorrow since today's a holiday. And so there will be more. They're addictive. You guys are terrible, terrible, terrible enablers, but I can try to get you back. All right, next I got a couple of pieces of fabric from Fabrics by LJ. And this is linen, 28 count. It's called Dark Mermaid. He has a set of colors that he typically calls Mermaid. I think he called this one dark because it dyed a little bit darker than what Mermaid usually dyes. And it's gorgeous and beautiful. And I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but I can hardly wait to think of something because that is just beautiful, you guys. Absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. So much! So there is Dark Mermaid. Did I already tell you it was a 28 count linen? 28 count linen. Gorgeous. Purple's my favorite color. Surprise. Love the pansies. Love the purple. So I battle it out with Diane, who is... I enjoy her. She's fun. But Diane and I end up battling out for all the purple fabrics that come out by LJ. This past week she was good and restrained herself and let me get into way too much trouble. Alright, the next one is a 32 count, also from LJ. And this one is called Spring Mist. Isn't that gorgeous? Softly colored in greens and a light blue. I think this one deserves a mermaid. Or would showcase a mermaid just, you know, to the best extent. I might have to drag out my Mirabilia patterns and my Nora Corbeys and have a look at what I've got. See what I can put on that. Too beautiful. Too beautiful. Let's see. I think the other day I mentioned that Clouds Factory patterns are like potato chips. You can't order just one. What I didn't show you the first time around were a couple patterns that I'd ordered but I hadn't printed out. Because I'm an old-fashioned girl, I like the printouts. I'm not really good with the PDF, so I print all my stuff out and they go into a binder and it's good. So I got Batman. All of his cronies, although I don't know why Catwoman's on there since she's not usually one of the good guys. She's usually operating on herself, operating for herself. Although it might be fun to see if I can take the spot where Catwoman is and maybe turn her into Huntress. That'd be good. This is Batman's enemies, and there's Catwoman again. you can't be a good guy and a bad guy at the same time. Although I guess technically you can be rogue and just do whatever you want. Alright, Batman's enemies. And then I got the Batman and enemies with the little quote. It was all together as a set, these 3 patterns, and so I just said, okay, I love Batman, I'll do all of these, bam, and here they all are. So there we go. Batman and his enemies. Let's see, oh, that same time I had also ordered the Don't Blink quote with the Doctor Who theme. One of my good friends is a complete and total Whovian nut. I enjoy Doctor Who, but it's not one of I don't live and breathe Doctor Who, I should say. Anyway, so this I thought would be a fun one to make up for her one of these days. Then I love Japan and all things Japanese. It just fascinates me. I keep hoping that one day I'll get to go to Japan and see it. So of course I had to get the cute little geishas all in a row. Those will be fun. I may not stitch them all in the row. I might stitch 1 or 2 on this thing and 1 or 2 on the other thing, but I think I thought of that more as a library pattern. You know, you keep in your library and use it for something whenever it comes around. And then I have signed up for the postcards from the world. And everyone knows that, I can't do this because I can't see. Anyway, that's a little better. Anyway, so the next one for July, Rio, was released, and I haven't even started the first one, guys. And I'm not planning on starting the first one yet. But I think I'm going to do it on a 28 count of Fabrics by LJ peanut butter and jelly. I think that'll be big enough to fit that, and that should look fantastic. Excuse me. And then my last bit of stash was cross-stitch Sentiments and Sayings from Joan Elliott. I got on Amazon through a used book dealer since it's not currently in print. I got a really good one. The spine's in great shape. All the pages are here. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. So many cute little things and ideas and cards and whatnot. So this one I blame on Katie the Stash Queen. I was watching one of her videos and she was stitching something out of this book. So I wrote it down and went and hunted it down and bought it. Wonderful, wonderful. That is the end of my serious stitching stashquisitions. But for my organizer thing back here, I didn't like the knobs that came with the IKEA drawers, so I bought a bunch of these little pulls, purple and sparkly and adorable, to add to the drawers, only to screw them, to put them on the drawers and find out that the place for the screw back in here in the silver is not deep enough, and therefore they wiggle and wobble on the thing. So I need to go to either the Home Depot or Lowe's or something and pick up some washers so I can space it out a little bit better so they screw in tight and they don't wobble and everything works good. And the last thing I got was shelf liner. Woo! I know, right? Totally exciting. Shelf liner! I'm going to cut this up and put it in my shelves so that the things that I put in my drawers, not shelves, so the things I put in my drawers don't wiggle around too much, because I want to put my Ginger scissors in one and just different stuff. Needles in another so that the packets aren't all, you close the drawer and everything slides to the back. So I'm hoping that I put this down and everything will stay kind of where I've put it and not slide to the back. So that is all my stashquisitions. Let's see, what else has gone on for the week? I talked about Stadium of Fire, how I worked that. Oh, I won a gift certificate from Morgan and Morella. I'm going to put a link down below to their channel, and I absolutely enjoy their cross-stitch channels. They put something up maybe every couple of days. I know on Sundays one or the other will show a piece of their stash, and on Fridays they show something that they have finished in the past, whereas I did the whole box at once. They just bring something out one at a time, so you really have time to get a good look at it. I might steal that idea for some of the stuff that I have actually framed and haven't shown you guys any of my framed stuff. And so thank you to them so much. It was a complete and utter surprise that I actually won something, because I never win anything. But part of the problem is I never enter to win anything, so I was really surprised that I entered and won. That was awesome. You guys seem to really have enjoyed my stash of pansy patterns, and I thought maybe I'd share something else, and I was trying to decide if I should go with my collection of Lizzie Kate patterns. You can kind of see those right over here with the stripy box, and then there's a couple things that I have sitting out that don't quite fit in the stripy box, but I have Lizzie Kate's over there. Or maybe my collection of Mirabilia patterns and the Nora Corbett fairies, petal fairies. I love those petal fairies. I have way too many of them, and half of them I don't plan on stitching ever. It's just, I have a bad collector's bug. I have to have it all. I don't even need it or plan on using it ever, maybe. I don't know. There's way too many for me to stitch all the time. But anyway, I just collect them. So in the comments below, let me know which ones you would prefer to see, and I'll do those first. You'll get to see both of them eventually, because I've got to get to them eventually. And then I have my stack of Christmas stuff, and the stack of Halloween stuff, and the stack of Shepherd's Bush stuff, and then the stack of, you know, maybe the stuff that doesn't fit into anything easily. Just divide those out so it doesn't take all day. So that is everything for me. A quick one here. It says I've only been nattering on for about 17 minutes, so that's not too bad. Short and sweet and to the point. Let you see what you want to see, and then get on to what you want to do next. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed and commented. That really does mean so much to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm trying to get back to all the comments. I know for sure that I thumbs up, which means I've read it, I like it. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. So this upcoming week, I hope all your stitchy dreams come true. The frog stays far, far away. And yeah, that's it. Hugs and stitches. Bye.